talk, all the hype, but the past is prologue as this Super Bowl is underway.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
To throw is Jackson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson gets this out to Saquon Barkley. 3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And now we're... Timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that.
And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up. And it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
Montez Sweat. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. To try again after the sack. Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal.
is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They go play action with Jackson. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from taking the lead in this Super Bowl.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, so they go the conservative route instead, and it gets them a 7-6 lead here in the opening quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. They find some open field here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Whitaker. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And Charles, of course, look, it's the elephant in the room this Super Bowl week. The man on the sidelines getting another chance to win the very elusive first Lombardi trophy.
You always feel like one of these years he's going to get it done. It almost seems unfair that his career is being defined by losses in the Super Bowl when we all know how difficult it is just to get.
It got his man complete.
How you like me now?
Touchdown, Washington. Jalen Waddle, 57 yards.
And Washington has retaken the lead.
And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Jackson.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Very good return that time. 18 yards.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Whitaker.
A check down here for Henry.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. A first down carry for Henry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Off-play action, Whitaker. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw on 3rd down, Whitaker. He dumps it off for Henry. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that now makes this a 15-7 game.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Well, he went on the move there and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. On first down, Henry. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
2nd and 2.
Looking to throw. Whitaker. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there on the catch and run. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Now, Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Saquon Barkley, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Throwing on first down, Whitaker. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They go play action here on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Burns. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Off the play fake. Whitaker. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Try forthcoming. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Jackson's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Terry McLaurin. 67 yards. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Jackson here is going to look to throw. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission.
Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? Inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Whitaker. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Whitaker under pressure, and they got to him again. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Jackson on 1st down, escaping the pressure right.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And Jackson throwing once more. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. These two teams sat through a longer than usual, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Off-play action. Whitaker rolling to his right. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Whitaker completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Whitaker trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you're expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Washington. Jalen Waddle with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. To return it, Alvin Kamara. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Eluding the pressure right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They go play action now. Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 4th down. Here's Jackson. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there. Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay. Off the play fake. Whitaker. Short throw into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you get... And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Whitaker. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Jackson's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now it's Jackson. This is caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyreek Hill, 34 yards. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Whitaker. This will go to Henry out wide.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, Whitaker. He finds his man, complete. It's Burns. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Whitaker. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case,
and Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Montez Sweat make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Now it's Jackson. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the scramble.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
From the gun, Whitaker. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He will return this from deep in the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
No.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Flush to his right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Throwing now, Jackson under pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Levante David. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Fortunate to get that football.